Hey Molly, I am just opening up a new page here um, so that I can show you how to do one of these finding the angles questions, okay? Because yeah, they can be a little bit tricky. So we'll call it finding angles. So you don't need to have a theta button on your calculator to do these. So it's just like an X or another way of showing this is something we don't know. They could, of course, just label it with a big capital B or something, as we sometimes label corners like that, you know. But I suppose they call it theta also so we don't get it confused with the O and the A and the H that we use for trigonometry. Okay, so let's have a look at question 1. So I'm on page 20. Okay, so question 1, page 20. Okay, we've got a right angle triangle here. It has a side of 14 centimetres, hypotenuse of 19 centimetres, and then we've got theta there, and we don't know what it is. All right, so your first step, as I'm sure you've done in a fine with, is labelling your sides. We've got O and H, so we're writing out, okay, sine theta equals 14 over 19, okay, sine O over H. Okay, so you work out what 14 divided by 19 is on your calculator, and it's a nice, like it's not too bad. Once you practice a few of these, you'll find it fine. So what you're going to do is work out what is 14 divided by 19, okay? So do that. There's a couple of different ways that you can attack these problems. So what I like to do is turn my fraction into a decimal, and then just keep that on your calculator screen, okay? That's 7.7368. If your calculator is doing odd things, just make sure the mode is in degrees, okay? There'll be a tiny little D up the top. Make sure it's not a little R or a little G. And then you might have to go shift mode 3 equals, and that depends on your calculator, but you need to clear the modes if it's not getting the right answers. Okay, and then your next step, all you need to do now is, so that equals that, you're just going to do shift sign, so inverse sign it's called, of 0.7368. Okay, so on your calculator, you'll have a shift button and then you push sign, and so that does the one above it, and it's got sign with a little -1, and so that's inverse. It's like undoing sign. So on my calculator on my phone, goodness only knows where it is, but oh yeah, there it is. So I do shift sign of my answer. So although my calculator is doing stupid things, I just have to remember that long number 0.3678. So shift sign, and you can then use the answer button if you want. And we should get about 47.45 or something like that. 47.46. Yours will be somewhere close to that, okay, degrees. I hope that makes sense. So it's just shift sign, and then you can use your answer button, and that does the sign of the last answer that your calculator had. All right, so you don't need a theta button at all. Let's try question 2. So similar things, it's still a right angle. You've got 8 centimetres, 14 centimetres, and we want to know how big that guy there is. So we're looking at our sides. What have we got? We've got opposite and adjacent. So that's tan, that one. So tan of theta is going to be 8 over 14. So we do 8 divided by 14 on our calculator, or you can use it as a fraction. It does depend on you. 0.57. And so theta is just, I'm just going to now do shift tan. So that's shift sin on your calculator. Here I'm going to do shift tan and then answer button. Okay, or in this case, it's 0.57. Push equals. So for me, I do, I've got it, my calculator's done. It's just my phone. Shift tan, 0.57 equals, and we get 29.68. Cool, hope that helped. I'm running out of time for this recording. It's going to stop on me. Cool, thank you very much. All right, hope that helps. Let me know, just email me if you're still stuck. Cheers.